So family, this right here is pretty amazing. And we're going to go ahead and read two different versions of these scriptures. We're going to read in the Dead Sea Scrolls, we're going to read from the War Scroll. And depending on the version of it that you have, it'll read a little bit differently. So we're going to read in the War Scroll, and we're going to read in column 10. Column 10, we're going to read verses 8 through 12. We're going to start out in the DuPont Summer version. If you have that book, it's called The Writings from Qumran. And after that, we're going to read from the Giza Verms in the Complete Dead Sea Scrolls in English. We're going to read the same verses because they read a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and start in the DuPont Summer. Remember, we're going to start at verse 8. It says, O God of Israel, who is like thee in heaven and on earth, to accomplish works like thy mighty works, and like thy stalwart power? And who is like thy people Israel, whom thou hast chosen for thyself from among all the peoples of the lands, the people of the saints of the covenant, and of those who are learned, of those with intelligent understanding in the precept, who hear the voice of the venerated being, and see the angels of holiness, of those whose ear is opened, and who hear profound things. It is thou, O God, who has created the expanse of the heavens, the host of the heavenly lights, and the office of the spirits, and the empire of the glorious reservoirs of water and clouds of the saints. It is thou who has created the earth and the laws of its divisions. All right, family, so that was the DuPont Summer version, but let's go over this before we go any further, because this is absolutely amazing when you understand what this is talking about. I actually came across these same verses, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. And yeah, they sounded good to me, but it wasn't time for it to be revealed yet. I didn't understand what I was reading at the time. So now let's go back over it again. Check out what this is actually saying. It says, O God of Israel, who is like thee in heaven and on earth, to accomplish works like thy mighty works. So it's already asking the question, who is like you? Not trying to say that you are, not trying to say that, no one can be like you, but it's saying who in the earth is trying to do what you can do. And then it goes on to identify. It says, and who is like thy people Israel. So now it is saying, who is like these people that we read about? Who can do this? Look what it says. Whom thou hast chosen for thyself from among all the peoples of the lands. So there's two ways that can be interpreted. One way is that you have chosen Israel from among all the people. But the other way is that from among all the people, you have chosen those who can do these things, and they are like Israel. Let's keep reading. It says, the people of the saints of the covenant. Family, we have talked about the covenant. Not just what we get from the Bible, but we have gone back to the inception of the covenant. We have gone back to before the flood, family. So if you follow the things that we talk about in our conversations, or if you read from the books of remembrance, you already know that this is going way back. But let's keep reading. It says, of those who are learned, of those with intelligent understanding in the precept. Okay, we've talked about precepts from day one, family. We've talked about precept upon precept, and we've talked about precepts in life. Now watch this. Who hear the voice of the venerated being. Who is the venerated being, family? That is the Messiah, who sent the Comforter. Understand what this is talking about. This is talking about you being able to clearly hear the Holy Spirit. You understand? Because it is sent by the Messiah. But we aren't done, family. It says, and see the angels of holiness. Family, if you remember in our discussion about angels, we discussed that originally they weren't using the term angels of holiness, because they were using the term watchers of holiness, because you have to distinguish between whether you're talking about the angels that are the simple messengers, the ones that were people at one point, or the ones that were holy watchers that were created as a part of creation. This is talking about the watchers of holiness. And in some older records, you can still find where it will read the watchers of holiness, family. So this is talking about who? The Ir Kodeshi. This is talking about the Ir Kodeshi, family. It says, of those whose ear is opened up to hear profound things. Remember, family, the Ir Kodeshi all speak a different language, but the languages that they speak are all rooted in feelings. You understand? Remember, family, that the grass speaks the language of joining. Remember, family, that the river speaks the language of happiness. Remember that the clouds speak the language of watching. And we've talked about the different languages that creation speaks, right? We aren't done, family. Then it says, it is thou, O God, who has created the expanse of the heavens, the host of heavenly lights, and the office of the spirits, and the empire, the glorious reservoir of water and clouds. Family, the reason why this is pointed out right here is because it is letting you know that, yes, we are talking about the Ir Kodeshi. Yes, we are talking about the expanse of nature. We're talking about the kingdom, family. Remember, we have talked about how the kingdom is at hand. We have an entire lesson just on that subject, where it talks about the kingdom is at hand. Because if you understood that the kingdom is right before you and all around you, you just have to know how to line yourself up in righteousness so that you can access it. But literally, the kingdom is all around you. Okay, family, so now that we have read that, let's go and let's read the same thing in the complete Dead Sea Scrolls in English by Giza Verms. He's the one who translated this particular one that we're reading right now. So it says, O God of Israel, who is like thee in heaven or on earth, who accomplishes deeds and mighty works like thine? Who is like thy people, Israel, which thou hast chosen for thyself from all the peoples of the lands, the people of the saints of the covenant, instructed in the laws and learned in wisdom, who have heard the voice of majesty and have seen the angels of holiness, whose ear has been unstopped and who have heard profound things. Thou, O God, hast created the expanse of the heavens and the host of heavenly lights, the task of the spirits and the dominion of the holy ones, the treasury of glory and the canopy of the clouds. Thou art creator of the earth, and of the laws dividing it into desert and grassland. We're going to go ahead and read the rest, family, because it reads so easily in this version. Of all that it brings forth, and of all its fruits according to their kinds, of the circle of the seas, and of the gathering place of the rivers, and of the divisions of the deeps, of the beast and birds, and of the shape of Adam, and of the generations of his seed, of the confusion of tongues, and of the scattering of the peoples, of the dwelling in clans, and of the inheritance of lands, of the sacred seasons, and of the cycles of the years, and of time everlasting. Family, this passage just went through all creation, the object of creation, and even included the Irkadeshi that some of the ancients didn't even know about, talking about time itself and the seasons. Family, that is absolutely amazing. Nothing was left out in these verses, but as you can see, it is saying the same thing. It is letting you know, family, that we are on the right path. Those of us who are being led of the Spirit, those of us who are becoming the people of the precept, those of us, family, remember, we have regained the original Torah. We have, with the book of remembrance of Moses, we have the original law, family. Not what we read in the Torah that has been passed around and has been, altered and had things injected into it and taken away. Not that Torah, but we have gotten back the original Torah, family, written in stone tablets, family. So understand that we are learning how to be the people of the precept, and we are having crossover experiences, and we are seeing, family, the angels of holiness, family, the watchers of holiness, the Irkadeshi, and we talk to the Irkadeshi, and we regard them as our families. Do you understand? Family, this is very encouraging, and I had to share it with you. So, family, please be blessed with this today, and much love and much shalom.